Hello, everyone. Jen here. Episode 4 of Shogun just came out, called The Eightfold Fence, which draws back to one of the major themes of the show, that of hiding one's heart from others. I found the episode to be very impressive on multiple levels. I ventured to look at other reviews this time, but I sort of regret it because I heard spoilers specifically from the book, which may affect my experience watching it blind. If there are inconsistencies from the adaptation, I'd rather check them out later and look at the story as is, since I'd rather not know what book plots may or may not come up. So that's how I hope to make these reviews in the future. This video will only contain show spoilers up to episode 4. First off, wow, I really enjoyed the performance of Anna Sawai as Lady Mariko here. Basically, the whole episode was dedicated to her character development, and her transformation from despair for her life to finally having something to be happy about was really well done, in my opinion. It's a subtle performance where only very small facial expressions are made, but they're very impactful. Likewise, John Blackthorne continues his transformation where he not only respects certain individuals, but comes to cherish the little things about Japanese culture. I'm a big fan of what you would call the frozen man trope in stories, where specifically a male character starts out as cold and unfeeling and becomes soft by the end through some sort of catalyst, usually another person. I also want to give credit to the actress for Fuji-san, Moeka Hoshi. I didn't know that she would have as much of a role as she did in this show, mainly because her family was killed off in the first 2 episodes. But now it feels like she's going to have a major part to play. If I'm being honest, I think she's set up to make a huge heroic sacrifice in the end, where she'll probably give her life for John and possibly Lady Mariko as well. Now going back to Mariko, what I enjoyed most about the episode was this slow blossoming of love in her heart. She's the one who had feelings for John first, and she starts pulling down those walls around her that she's carried for a very long time. First by being honest with him about the defensive ways of Japan, but also sharing her dissatisfaction with it. It may be their way of life to hide one's heart, but at this point she's asking herself, why? Why keep doing this? Is it doing anyone any good to never be open, to never be able to trust? So we get more hints of her backstory as well, that she must come from a very noble upbringing, and yet is forced into exile by an injustice done against her and her father. I really like that theme about how Japan's just constantly destroyed and built up again, as demonstrated by that scene with the earthquake. It's just an endless cycle where Japan will never know peace. But John is one of the few to give Mariko a sense of hope for her future, and I can see how she will continue to grow a love for the West in general through him. John is basically an embodiment of something she's wanted for a long time, something she didn't know was possible until now. Something beyond the walls, so to speak. Still, Lady Mariko makes sure to keep her feelings secret as possible, even to John himself, perhaps so as not to insult Fuji-san, or ultimately Lord Toranaga. There will come a day when she will make her heart known to everyone, but it is not yet. Lastly, I wanted to address the big plot point that happened at the end, where John's Western canon techniques managed to inspire Lord Toranaga's son, Nagakado, towards reckless instigation of war. Lord Yabushige, who is constantly playing this kind of double agent character, and probably feels a bit cowardly by now for doing so, ends up trying to get favor with Lord Ishido's faction, but Nagakado puts an end to this and turns it into an opportunity to assert his authority and show that no one controls him. He sort of reminded me of Jin Sakai in Ghost of Tsushima, who impulsively went ahead with his own ideas without involving his uncle. We can only guess how Lord Toranaga will respond, but I think not kindly, since his strategy all along has been to be patient. Instead, his son is the one to make the first move here, and so this has kind of opened up their plans and everything to their enemies. So I think there's going to be a lot of turmoil in the episodes to come. Thank you for watching these little breakdown videos. They're not meant to be really in-depth, since others can certainly do better at breaking down the historical accuracies and book adaptation details. But I'm happy to give this show as much attention as possible, because the more people who hear about Shogun, the better it is for the Ghost of Tsushima movie, who could very well feature some of these actors and actresses that we're seeing right now. Let me know what your favorite parts of the show have been so far. Is there anything that you're unhappy with? Let's talk about it in the comments section, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.